How we doing then? Welcome to the show. It is Real Deal Live with Real Deal Bill. And today I'm well excited for this one because there's a chap that I met a long time ago doing some different business. And he owns a restaurant. He's got multiple establishments. It's Jonathan Spencer. He's from the Midlands, and Stamford is his place of residence. He's got a flagship award-winning cocktail bar and restaurant. Spent most of his life in hospitality, and the good thing with Jonathan, he spends a lot of time in marketing, and I do see a lot of his stuff, which is why I wanted to get him on the show. Obviously, we work in the hospitality business. But this guy, he's got his finger on the pulse. I'm going to learn something today. If you're a restaurant owner, and I know a lot of you in my area, they don't do a lot of the things that Jonathan does. And just off air, we just had a conversation, and literally, I told him to stop because it's pure gold, and I don't want to waste the content. So, Jonathan, how are you, mate?
I'm very well, thank you, Billy. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. Just like obviously, I gave you a bit of a rundown. I probably missed a few things, but you've got an interesting background in the hospitality industry, and obviously, I watch your stuff, which is why I wanted to get you on. So just explain anything that I've missed, why you're passionate about what you do, just for the people that are tuning in.
Yeah, definitely. So you've been in the industry for over 15 years now. Worked through from a pot wash all the way through to manager, and then more latterly as an owner. We've got four establishments at the minute, ranging from a sports bar, kind of late bar, all the way to the flagship, as Billy mentioned, is our double rosette award-winning restaurant. And today I'm going to kind of speak a bit more about that because I'm getting real life, actionable, trackable results right now, which is I think why Billy wants me to share some of the stuff we've been doing and give you some of the little things that we've done off the back of both social media and then how we've actually tracked that through to the real life engagement in the restaurant, which is quite exciting to see at the minute. And 95% of the stuff is all organic. We're not giving Mr. Zuckerberg much money at all, which is great to sit here and say, but still with the trackable results. So yeah, that's really it from myself. Other than, as I think Billy said, that I'm a firm believer that marketing has to be the most important thing at the minute. We know our food and our drink is great, but if you're not telling people how great it is, it doesn't matter how great it is. An average product, well marketed, can outsell a great product with no marketing, and that is the truth. And it's never been more true as to right now with the power of social media. It's like word of mouth on steroids right now. You can tell 10,000 people something in 10 minutes. It really is the only thing really that I talk about every single day. And that is the truth. Probably 3 or 4 conversations today already with my team have been marketing content related. And I don't think that's enough still. I think it needs to be more.
100%. As you can see, the enthusiasm just oozes through with Jonathan. And I just want to touch on something that you said because there's a lot of things that you said that you do there that I know a lot of people in your industry, as I find that I work with, don't actually. That first of all, they don't know how powerful it is. And secondly, they don't also realise the work organically. If you're going organic route, that's involved in it as well. As I know how busy you are, and also, once you get your audience organically, how once you start to layer in any paid reach, paid advertising, trying to build contact lists, the power of merging the two can be, it will make you just unstoppable in your local area. But would you say, I mean, obviously, Jonathan's a passionate with the marketing, so he loves it. So it's not a, when you speak to certain people sometimes in businesses, you mention about marketing, they roll their eyes, not because they know it's not important, but because they just haven't got the time to do it themselves. So just explain how much you put in on a weekly basis, basis, or hourly wise, do you think you put into your marketing objectives?
So what I realized about a year and a half ago is that it was pretty much impossible for me as a foresight owner to be able to do all of the content as regularly as you need to do it. So even though we do book a professional photo shoot, if you've seen any of my Instagram, I'm sure some people will go and check out what we're talking about here, and you'll see we have professional photos, professional videos done. But you can't have all of your marketing to be professional because the algorithms don't respond as well if you just professional all the time. Sometimes some of the cheesiest stuff we put out had the best interaction, but then also on that other very reason that marketing and content is live. The best stuff that we do is there and then. It's customers enjoying their meals on that night being posted. So what I worked out was that I had to delegate. So we actually have in each restaurant somebody that's in charge of video content, and we have someone that's in charge of fixed marketing content. So your images, your stories, and then anything else that's not the video side. So responding to messages. So that is part of their job remit, and that isn't, if they get time, that is a must do. And I actually use these words: you won't forget to clean the toilets, don't forget to do the content. And that is how important it is to me. And that is now meaning that I don't get so sucked up in doing the day to day. So they'll then filter the content through to me of what they're doing with plans, and then there'll be sort of gaps where we're going to throw some ad hoc stuff in, and that really probably with all the strategy and everything in place, it probably takes about 6 hours of my time a week. So, and that's for 4 sites. I think probably if you said 2 hours, if it was just an individual site, but I mean, for value wise, I think we bring about £3,000 a week in from that 2 hours. Now, if you can go and find me another IGT that brings you 3 grand a week, go and do it in your restaurant, but I guarantee you won't. And that's factual. That's talking from someone that's lived, breathed, doing it, and getting the results right this second. So it's not a lot of time, but don't feel like if you're on this call, you're an owner and you're not good at Instagram. I guarantee someone in your building is good at Instagram. I guarantee someone in your building is good at TikTok. Put it on it. They love doing it. I've got a girl, and I'll name her now, Holly, that does my Oakham one. She actually is more excited about doing TikTok than I am about her doing it, because she sees her face and all the stuff she's doing across all our platforms, and it actually gives them a really good boost of kind of self-fulfillment in their job role. And it doesn't have to be your managers. And that's the beautiful thing. If you look at who's great at TikTok, it's your younger people. It's your kind of 16 to 18-year-olds. So, and we actually actively encourage with little competitions who's going to get the best 5 second short video this week. That's what we're running at the minute, because as Billy will probably told you, well, video is more important than imaging right now. We're trying to really ratio up to be doing 4 times the amount of video to images. It's not there yet, but that's where I want to get to by the end of March, is that if in a day we're posting 5 bits of content, 4 are video, 1 is an image, whereas 6 months ago it was pretty much the other way around. And that really is live data. I'm telling you, every video we post getting 10 times the reach as an image on Instagram, on Facebook, and obviously you don't post images on TikTok, but it's real life. But if you were to try and do that yourself as an owner, you wouldn't have time. But there is plenty of downtime in all restaurants where the team have got time, and it doesn't have to be finished product either. Like, I've done some really cool stuff. If anyone's seen the one I posted last night, that's a really cool video that we've just put out.
I
But
saw it, and I was like, "Oh, it couldn't have been at a better time." So
yeah,
we'll make sure that people get all your links and stuff like that, in the descriptions, and I'll put them on the screen, etc., and stuff like that, because your stuff is generally, I engage with it, I look at it, I like it, and I've always thought, "Oh, Jonathan knows what he's doing."
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
one of the things that so on that note, so some of I'll give you an example. I won't say the name of the restaurant because I've got two that I'm speaking to in my local, excuse me, in my local area at the minute, and I don't want to give the names away. That wouldn't be very professional. But I know that they struggle, like the business owner. Like, if I came to you, I mean, we had a conversation the other day. I spoke to you. You get everything that I say. Me and you are we're talking the same language. But I'll take people that I work with, and this isn't no disrespect to them. If they try to tell me how to cook, which I can't, by the way, anyone out there knows that I'm a dab hand with beans on toast. Um, they'll know that I don't understand about cooking and foods and stuff. So when I talk about, I try to keep it simple, but even when I keep it simple, the restaurant owner doesn't quite understand a lot of the stuff. So with what you've done, obviously you do understand it, but you've still got a team of people. So for instance, I would work directly with one of the members of staff and help create that content and then help deliver it. But they would be doing, like you said, the live stuff. So important. You got to have. I found this. I don't know how this. It sort of lines up with what you just said. So we do like your what I call the signposting stuff. So you're letting people know what events are around, all that stuff. But people do see that. But I've found they love the live stuff, someone making the cocktail, there's the cocktail, the food, people smiling, again, I'm not a restaurant owner, but I've read since I started working with restaurants, I've been reading a lot of books, um, about restaurants, numbers, all sorts of stuff. And some of the stuff that I've read, and you might be able to confirm this, is, you know, people want to go to somewhere and they engage with stuff when they see people smiling, happy, full up, great food, and good images. But you did hit the nail on the head. You get what's called banner block when someone can tell, can't they, straight away? Oh, it's professional, it's a business. We turn it off in our head. We don't mean to.
Yeah.
We don't mean
you,
to ignore
you
the
you end up
post.
with a kind of, oh, well, that's another Orbis image, and you don't even take it in. You just scroll by because all of your professional photos, even in the best will in the world, you can tell instantly that's one of my photos because it's the same style, the same sort of food. Whereas I've got a live example right now. If anyone goes on our TikTok, we've just had a video go over 250,000, and
Just
it's
give
a
them your
it's a funny
TikTok.
video of someone putting a
Give them
nap
your TikTok handle. What is it, mate? And I'll make sure it
at
goes on
Orbis
the screen.
Stanford. So
Say that
at
again.
Orbis Stanford is our Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. If we're talking specifically
At
about
Orbis Stanford, all right? So go and check that out because like half the people.
ORBISSTAMFORD. So that's TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. So you'll see what we're talking about. But yeah, we've got a video. It's just gone over 250,000, and it's literally one of the pet hates that you have when you're working behind the bar is people putting stuff inside glasses that shouldn't be in there. So napkins or ripped up bar mats because it's just a nightmare. You put your hand in, and one of the bar maids literally videoed it and sent it on the group chat. Oh, it's happened again. So my video person made a TikTok out of it, and there was a trending one at the time with Cristiano Ronaldo's face going in the background, and they blended it together, and it just went nuts. Like, so, and that was it. It was literally, it was one of the girls filming it and put it on the group chat, going happened again, and that's made the best video we've ever put out. It's filmed on an iPhone 13 and edited on CapCut in about 5 seconds. Like it's not professional, but 250,000 people have seen it. Now, agreed, there's no call to action on it. There is literally no call to action. It's just a funny video bartender hates. But the engagement is now there for us to start growing it. So we now looked at, okay, what should we do similar? So she now then made a video. Jeremy Clarkson, The Farm, Love It or Hate It, had a clip of the last series where he was tightening up a spanner going, bored, 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 bored. They've put that over the top of the clean down, polishing the cutlery. That one went to 60,000.
So
Then they did
just on that, so just for the people that are watching, so what Jonathan's doing this automatically, all right, but I'm picking it out. So what Jonathan said, so he's making sure that some of the stuff, even though they're creating it fast, it's on trend. If you heard what he said, like Clarkson's Farm, everyone talks about it. The Ronaldo face thing, a lot of people were using it. So there's a bit of a link there, isn't there? It's although you've done it off the cuff, you know subconsciously, and so do your staff because they're in it. The meme, the look, and the content is actually on trend at the minute.
100%. So it's a blend of seeing what's on trend, but then as soon as we identify that the niche may be that our TikTok's going to grow and grow and grow, will be funny things from hospitality. So we're going to try and build. And TikTok to us is only happened in the last month. If I'm honest, it was after I went to the EMC with Matt that he started dropping some of these TikTok speakers out there, and I was like, I'm on it.
Shout out to give him a shout out actually because it's Matt from Einstein Marketer.
Yeah,
He
definitely, definitely. I've got
if
my
you
ticket
haven't seen his
here as well.
videos, honestly, he's funny to watch. Honestly, I remember seeing a video and everybody he was it's the one when he's in his office and everybody he got so much engagement about his hands and people were slating him about his hand movement. Now I do this and I just put a message in there. I was like, you lot do not realise that he's probably done that on purpose. I said it's good marketing because Facebook, although if you put a certain swear word or something on something, the algorithm will see it. But engagement's engagement.
Yeah, yeah, no,
So,
definitely.
so shout out to
Yeah,
Einstein Marketer because Matt is a G. You went to one of his events, didn't you?
I did, yeah. No, EMC, and I've got my ticket for next year as well. It was a great day. Anyone that's thinking about understanding marketing, I would strongly recommend it because it broadened kind of your understanding. I mean, I'm still going to experts, so I understand now when an expert's telling me rubbish. So we're still going to go and get our Google PPPC done for me. But when I know what the fundamentals are, they're not going to pull the wool over my eyes because I was guilty
100%.
4 or 5 years ago. I was paying, I'm not even going to say the figure now, it scares me, into Google ads, basically through a supposed expert, and it just absolutely
Yeah.
wiped me out. Now, I don't want to become an expert on all marketing. I want to know enough so when I talk to people like yourself, Billy, that we can have these kind of conversations. And I still know that some sort of part of our marketing needs to be outsourced. So we still bring in professionals to the bits that I know I'm not as good at, but I've got enough understanding to see the value. And yeah, no, that was great. But so just diving back then so this TikTok, we've realized now that our niche to grow the account to become viral is in these funny videos. So she did another one, someone carrying a tray of cocktail glasses and they're shaking, and it's one
I
of the trends.
saw it. I saw it.
Yeah, that's got to 56,000. Like, and it literally took, I think, about 4 seconds. She filmed it. If anyone's not heard of CapCut, download it because that is the ultimate savior to editing. It's an editing tool. You can unwatermark and then post to TikTok, Instagram, Google, Business, YouTube Shorts, wherever you want without any watermarks. And it's totally free for the majority of it. And that's where
Yeah.
we do all of our stuff. So yeah, she's gone on to CapCut, edited it, posted it out. And then we repurpose it to bring people to TikTok. I'll save it off TikTok and throw it on my own personal and tell all the staff to do the same. So we're starting to drive more traffic back towards our own TikTok with a
Yeah.
3 month plan that we've got that to small numbers, but we want to get to 5,000 followers within 3 months. And by the end of the 2023, we want it to be 100,000. But to do that, we know we're going to have to be really consistent. So we would one a day. We've upped it now to one a day, two a day, one a day, two a day, and working out what's working and what's not. And we're going to try and then start layering in our food and drink. So there's very little food and drink on there. That's coming. So this week we're going to start drip feeding some of our
Oh,
stuff. So
I
when
love
people
it. I love
being
it.
drawn to our viral stuff, they're going to flick through and see one of our cool cocktails. Like we've got, it's called the Popping Candy Floss. It's made for Instagram. The drink itself doesn't really taste that nice, but it comes out in a glass with loads of popping candy floss. You pour a drink on it. The candy floss disappears. A raspberry appears from the bottom of the drink, and it crackles because it's got literally popping candy in the middle of it. I don't know a person that's ordered it in the restaurant and not posted it on their own Instagram. It's that
That's
kind of
brilliant.
drink.
Again,
It
so
was designed for it.
see again, just for people that are tuned in. So what Jonathan's done, again, he's doing it subconsciously because he's switched onto this stuff, and this is what happens. So what he's done, if you've heard what he just said, so he said at the minute he's doing his TikToks. He's found that if he uses short, funny content that's on trend, possibly, would you agree? He's
Yeah.
getting lots of views and his followers are going up, right? So that's the first part, if you like. We call it TOF, the top of the funnel, or brand awareness, or whatever it is you want to call it. If you've seen one of my videos on the Venus flytrap, this is the line of 10 videos down the front with no sales stuff on it. That's
Yeah,
giving
zero,
you
zero.
brand.
We've not even pitched the website of any of our videos.
Yeah,
Like there is zero call to action, zero anything. Just Orbis Stanford with a bio and then the funny videos.
which then salespeople actually, they're not just here. We actually enjoy watching the content. He's not just here trying to sell us stuff. Then what Jonathan said in the next breath was he's going to start layering in now. Is food and drink? Was that right, or food? You said, didn't you?
Yeah, so food and drink. So tonight there's one going on of our pop and candy floss. We're going to get a customer that comes in. Essentially, I'm giving this away. Customer's going to come in. We're going to find someone that we think is going to look good on Instagram, on TikTok, and we're going to say to them, look, we've got a free drink for you. We just want you to star in our show tonight. We'll send you the video yourself. You can post it on your own TikTok and Instagram as well. And I know that most people are okay with that. Okay, and that's the
Yeah,
saying that I have with all my staff. Most people will say yes to a free drink to go in a picture or a video. Remember that. Some people say no, but most say yes. So yeah, they'll go on video that tonight, and it will go out, and it will be the popping candy floss here at Orbis Stanford, but with a bit of a funny twist in it. It's not just going to be a here's the pure drink. It's going to be a little funny. I'm not going to give that away yet until it goes
no,
online.
don't give it away. No, you've got to watch it tonight. But what you've got, and so I always explain. I don't know. You've probably seen me just talk about this, but one of the what business owners, this is great, by the way, it's gold. If anybody's like, put any comments in when you're watching this, put the comments in, because any questions, because honestly, Jonathan's hitting every single thing 10 out of 10 with what he's saying. So he's taking, not he's most of us do the our strategies this way that know what they're doing, basically. So what he's done, I always say, a business owner will say to me, oh, what platform do I need to be on? And I always say, treat it as your TV. Right? How many channels you got on your TV and how many channels don't you watch? right? You might like BBC One. I don't because I don't want to pay my TV license. Whoop. um, some people like Netflix. Some people like Sky One, Sky Sports. Now, what you do is all your customers are on all of them, but you've got to look and find which ones within your niche certain aspects of customers or audiences are engaging with. So what Jonathan's done, he's found what content works on what platform, and he's found what demographic, what avatar or person, age range, that type of person is interacting with that content on that platform. And now what he's doing, he's dialing in and he's having it on TikTok. And you. This is what I say to people. I'm like, you need to be on them all, and you're going to get different ones that are transacting or engaging on different ones because different age ranges, which is what I found, trust different platforms. So if you speak to a my daughter, if you speak to her about Facebook, she don't even know what it is. She's 13.
Yeah,
Would
yeah.
you agree?
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. And I think the important thing is that you've got to learn that changes. So if we'd have had this
Yeah.
conversation 5 years ago, it would have been use Facebook mainly for business, do a bit on Instagram. 2 years
Yeah.
ago, it would have been do most of it on Instagram, repurpose a bit to Twitter, repurpose a bit to Facebook. Last year, it would have been do a bit on TikTok, still mainly on Instagram, do a little bit on Facebook. But I mean, what really sunk into me and why I'm now sitting here and I'm doing TikTok, I heard Gary Vee tell me I should have done TikTok 2 years ago. I dabbled in it. I tried to do a bit with the paid ads, but the paid ads weren't localized. Now, for a bricks and mortar restaurant, I don't need 28 million thousand
I've got
views.
something for you on that in a minute, so
So
keep
that's
going.
all now changing. So now I'm looking at it. But at EMC again, we were sat there and the TikTok lady, right, put your hand in the air if you've watched TV today. It was about 10 in the morning. Bearing in mind, we'd all kind of come in and whatever. Put your hand up if you watch TV. I think 2 people in the whole room had put their TV on, right? And then they said, who's read a newspaper? About 5 people put their hand up. And then it was like, who's been on Facebook? Half the room put their hand up. Who's been on Instagram? The other half put the room on type thing. Who's been on TikTok? It was like 90% of the room in a
Yeah.
mixed demographic between the ages of 18 and probably 60. 90% of the room had been on TikTok that morning already. And it was like,
Yeah.
wow, like this really is the new watch the news in the morning. And
Yeah.
that's how powerful it is.
You get stuck in a rabbit hole on TikTok. I've got like I mean, I'm on TikTok. I mean, I'll be honest with you. My daughter's better on TikTok than what I am. I'm on it just,
Right?
yeah, I'm on it.
Proves my point earlier. Find someone in your organization that's good at TikTok and go, here's the TikTok account. All I want to do is see the proof before you post it. Yeah, proved,
100%.
gone, see you later. Like that is how I run it. Like, and I think everybody's got someone in whatever business. If you employ more than about 5 people, which I think every restaurant I've ever met should be at least, someone in that organization is going to have a good TikTok. And I actually stalk my staff to see who's got good TikToks and then approach
Yeah.
him and go, you've got 20,000 on your personal TikTok. Would you like to be my TikToker? And they're like, yes. I don't pay them anything extra. I just give them an hour a day to do it. So
No,
if they
I like,
shift starts at 4 o'clock, I say 4 till 5 is content making. So that's the quiet period for the restaurant. The chefs know that if she comes in, that they have to do whatever she says. And if they end up having to make some food specifically for the TikTok, I'll give it to a customer for free and then get another repurposed picture and go, look, we've got a free burger coming out for you. Can we just grab a quick picture of you enjoying it? Oh, and by the way, will you just tag it on your Instagram or Facebook to show you've got a free burger here tonight to be part of our content? Because then they're then tagging us and it's then going out to their reach. So this one piece of content isn't just one piece of content now. It's now got 4 or 5 different
yeah,
purposes. We've took a nice image of it. We've got a video for our own purpose, which, by the way, if you take a minute-long video on TikTok, you can edit that to probably 3 or 4 different videos, which is what we do. And then that's
same.
how we then do it. And the big tip as well, if anyone's going to do what I'm saying now and going away, is we post Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We do not take our video content on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're too busy. Most restaurants, if you said, I want you to start doing a TikTok video on a Saturday night, no chance, right? But we're posting at our prime time on Saturday. That content's filmed on a Wednesday. So we're planning ahead, right? What content do I want to drop Saturday, Sunday? So that'll be filmed Tuesday, Wednesday, and put into the draft section, ready to go out at the weekend.
Yeah.
So
And
that's a real big tip as well. Is if you want to be posting in the prime times, that's generally when you're already busy. Make sure it's pre-batch filmed and ready to go on a solid strategy. Don't just go out shotgun and fire it out and hope for the best. Once you start getting these little bits of data that you actually do kind of look at, okay, what's working, what time's even working. TikTok's a strange one. I haven't 100% cracked the timings on that yet. But we have worked out that if you post after 8 o'clock, it seems to get a better interaction than between 6 and 8. And that's different to to Instagram. Our prime time on Instagram is about 6:15 because everyone's coming in from work and loading it up. It seems to me that TikTok is kind of when you put the kids to bed and you're sitting there and you're going down those rabbit holes, as you said,
There's those
which
videos, yeah, that you shouldn't be looking at.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's the one. Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
again, just for value for people watching, like what Jonathan's done there, like what would you say? So, and I know the answer to this, but what one of the things that I know that business they're like that hour that you give your staff to do that, until they get results or until they've got someone like me doing it or someone like our agency doing it or whatever, they see that time as a waste. So, what my question to you is, and to answer that for everybody else, again, I know the answer. What would you say? Would you say you benefit massively, like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like if 10 being it's smashing your business out the park, literally, and I'm not over exaggerating, that's the word I'm going to use, or one, it's a waste of time and you're not getting any returns on it. What would you say that is to you, that hour a day?
So if I was to look at it right now, it's an 8 out of 10. If you ask me this question in 3 months and I stick to everything I've just said I'm going to do and be consistent, it will be 10 out of 10. So I can tell you categorically right now, we had 2 people drive an hour and a half to come and have dinner with us on Tuesday night because they'd seen my TikTok. So they'd driven
There you
90
go.
minutes. Now, if you can come and
Mental.
tell me you've managed to reach someone with free
Yeah.
advertising, we've paid no money at all to TikTok, so they've not had a penny from me, and we've had one customer, they spent 100 quid, right? So that one customer's come in and spent 100 quid and physically told the staff, we saw your funny TikTok video, we had to come and book dinner. We've driven from the other side of Cambridge, which is like 70 miles away, to come here, right? She then, when she got there, said, oh yeah, my friend's coming as well. She's told her friend already. We've just sent them a load of pictures. I then saw later on it was posted. So what I haven't told you, which is quite important to, I guess, some of the stuff that we'll talk about in a minute. We are 100% gluten free. That's one of our niches. She'd
Ah,
come
yes. Right.
and she'd posted in this celiac Facebook group for, it's called Celiacs Eat Out Too. 28,000 group members. She's posted a picture going, you need to try this place. Within an hour of her post, it had 750 engaged likes from people inside that celiac community. So that one TikTok video she's seen could now, I can't even put a figure on it, but it's
Yeah. So
700
that
people. 700
yeah. So
people have liked a post and now know that I'm a 100% gluten-free restaurant and been recommended. It's great me telling them I'm gluten-free, but you can't get inside
testimonial, customer testimonial in a group of
in
someone
a
just
group
picking
with
it up.
people that are looking for that problem to be solved already, and that's come from our free TikToks. Now, I haven't even mentioned we're gluten free on our TikToks, but she's seen our TikTok, gone onto our bio. The first thing on our bio was 100% gluten free restaurant in Stamford. That's all I've got it saying at the minute, and the website links there. But when people are going through, out of that 250,000 people that have seen that one that went most viral, I know the stats. 1 in 12 people are either celiac or gluten free. So if you run that down into averages, roughly 20,000 people that seen that video are going to say, what the hell is Orbis Stamford? That's a funny video. Click on and see that. And that's the power of it that I think is totally unrecognized by the majority of people. Like
Yeah.
you're not posting that video just to go, oh, well, how many people actually then went and booked a table straight away? That isn't the value in TikTok. And I don't think it ever
No.
will be that.
It's never the value in any type of marketing either.
Correct.
It's the long
But I
and
actually had someone tell me I posted too much the other day. And I said, why is that? And they said, all I do is see your stuff. I was like,
I get it. Honestly, if I walk into my
wow.
local town, they go. If I walk into my local town, they go, "Oh, it's real deal, Bill. Are you trying to sell me something?" And
Yeah.
I know, and I'll give you a funny story of what you just said. Like I always explain to people, and you've done it, like locally and geographically, you've done it, and it's you need to be when someone thinks gluten-free food, it needs to be Orbis. John's place is the place that we need to go.
Yeah.
And that's what I always say to everyone. Back in
Yeah.
the day when I was PTing, it was the same. Oh, it's Billy 24 Fit.
Yeah.
Same thing. They'd be like, oh, yeah, if you want to do it, get on the pull up bar, you need to see Billy. If you need to
Yeah.
do calisthenics, you need to see Billy. It's the same it's been the
Yeah.
same with the marketing stuff.
But the
Come up
people
with
that you turned off, people would have blocked you and got rid of you for that. They weren't your customers. And I
no,
think that's
100%.
what people need to get into their head.
Yes.
Your customers want to see your stuff. Like, and that's what the difference is. I mean, I think that's all levels of marketing. I mean, not to dive straight across, but email marketing. If someone wants to unscribe from my list, that's fine. I'm not going to look at that and go, oh, I must have really annoyed them. Like, they just don't want to see
Yeah.
what I'm posting anymore, which is which is absolutely fine. But the other 98% that have stayed engaged and read that email, they're the ones I want to be concentrating on. If that goes for all kind of walks of marketing. I personally don't think you can overpost on social media as long as the content's got purpose to it and you're thinking about it. And we are aiming at the minute to go 4 posts a day on each social. So Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. That's the ultimate aim, that we've got 4 posts. And as I said earlier, we're going to try and blend that to work more towards video, just because that is 2023 in a nutshell. I'm sure you've seen all the stats and data that are telling you that. And that
I get, yeah, I get so much just on those stats. So a Facebook post, you normally get about 4 hours on it. If someone that doesn't know what they're doing posts that one post in the middle of the day when everyone's at work, no one's going to see it. You know, there's so many little things. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, you'll know this. If you post a post on Facebook and put a URL link in it, you know, you're gonna get pushed down a percentage of getting not shadow banned, but they throttle you. Only
yeah,
5%, and this is one of the things that rolls onto paid advertising, and one of the things that you're doing very well. Imagine taking the data that you've got on these fun videos that everybody's engaging, and you're talking about gluten-free stuff. And by the way, everybody, this is how I would break down a campaign. I would take Jonathan's already done all the testing. So what Jonathan's done is what we would do at the front end if we was going into a business blind. So Jonathan, say Jonathan was expanding and we was doing his campaign for him. I would take the stuff that he's really excited about that I know that's working, incorporate that into a video that's maybe 1 minute, 1 minute 30 for Facebook, localize it to his area. Okay, geographically, I don't know. He said that he's had people drive how many miles was it?
well, we average. So if we're going to do any paid ads, we won't go more than 25 kilometers.
Yeah,
So
which is
25 kilometers is
yeah,
about a 45-minute drive time. I know that people will drive for a good meal 45 minutes, like as
cool.
an average,
So
without
yeah,
being
what
a real special occasion. So like date night or it's my birthday, they will go 45 minutes without too much issue. So that's where we
yeah,
try.
so what I'm getting at is, so you could create a video with the content that he likes right now. Gold is list. Keep building lists, keep building engagement, and reach more people. So I know I can get views for anyone's business of a hundredth of a penny. Like, literally, because you get the targeting right with the video, and the video's talking to the right people. Like, it's ridiculous on Facebook how cheap you can get video views. I mean, it's like 100K on some of our videos. They start going viral. So imagine doing that, and you've also got, say, like you're doing a special on gluten free foods. Like, excuse my terminology, but let's just say you're doing that and you're tracking everything. Like, the reach that you're going to get on that for probably £20 is ridiculous, isn't it? Like, it's literally you think of what you would have to pay. And I had this. I worked for a big company before, and they were doing advertisements in magazines. I was paying £5,000 a year, sorry, a print for a double page spread, and they don't even know how many magazines are getting sold to the people if they can even afford
Yeah.
what they're doing. So what Jonathan's doing here, he knows he's got his
We
market.
spend £0 in magazines unless they're going to give me the middle page with a full editorial. It's the only way I will spend money now. So
Yeah.
we've literally all of our we're spending. I say I don't spend anything with Zuckerberg. We spend around about £300 a week across our sites currently with Mark. But our return on investment tracked. I don't know how
So
much.
on that, I'm sorry, mate, just to cut you off. So you said £300 a week, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, and the reason that I say this is because when I talk to people about how much to spend on their marketing, they raise their eyebrows. So at the moment, me and Jonathan did have a conversation. So if he's spending £300 a week, my mathematics tells me it's around. Let's round it down. All right, let's just say it's £1,000 a month. What do you think your return is? I know you know what your return is.
we're getting a minimum of 5.5.
Right. So do the maths, everyone. Every time Jonathan's spending £1,000, there's five and a half coming back. So what I'm saying is, when you look at a
Minimum. But
business like,
on a good marketing sort of little piece, we did one with we had a really cool looking burger. This is a different restaurant. Sorry, dive across, but it was a really cool looking burger. We called it the Fred Flintstone, and it had a big
I
bone
love
coming.
it.
It
See,
looked
this, see,
cool,
this is
right? It
why
looked really
this
cool.
is why he's so good.
But, I thought I'm going to put a bit of money behind this. So I put a bit of money out. I really niche the targeting to people that love meat, people that like Five Guys. I've really delved into that. Did it up to 25 kilometers. Um, just men, because I thought it was a men specific one. I think I went
Yeah.
21 to 40 because I thought that's the real kind of where I'm at. And I put £200 behind it for the first week, right? I then had it go to a landing page with pixels in place. We were down at 12p a click through to the website and then 50% conversion for a confirmed booking. So
Jesus. See,
24p and getting a booking in the restaurant. And
that's
the burger was
ridiculous.
15 quid.
That's that's ridiculous. See, and this is what I'm saying to people, like, the money that they leaving on the table again, and most of it's down to, look, I get it, right? Again, you're pretty much up up to speed on everything in what you're doing, but
I
most
wasn't.
people,
I don't want people to think that I was. I mean, a lot of my knowledge has come through going out and learning, and I'm a geek. Like I'm podcast, book, listening to like I watch all of your stuff, and I picked up some stuff even from where I'm at. I'd say I'm a very good marketeer. If people ask me what my job is, I actually tell them I'm a marketeer of a restaurant. I'm the owner, but I don't feel the need to tell them that because I'm selling food and drink with a marketing brain on constantly every day. I'm thinking how can we tweak the menu? We have menu conversations of how can we make that food look good on Instagram. I've actually changed a dish yesterday because I think it would look better on Instagram. Instead of serving the sauce with it's like a rump cap bacana dish with a hot and sour sauce. I've taken the
yeah.
sauce off the dish, put it in a jug, and told the front of house they've got to pour it over the top. And by the way, while they're doing that, say anyone got Instagram, this might be a cool little short clip for you to take as I do it.
Oh,
As it's
perfect. See, it's
poured,
just like, yeah, it's a conversation. That's it.
yeah,
And one of the things that, again, anyone that's watching this, obviously, look, you can see how, like, Jonathan's like me, he enjoys marketing. Now, I know a lot of business owners will be looking at this and they'll be thinking or listening to it and they'll be going, I ain't got time to do that and I ain't got time to learn this. If you wasn't as passionate as what you was, you would definitely go and get the people that knew how to do it to also, like what we do, we'll work with someone for so long because, let's be honest, there's only a certain amount of stuff that you need to do for your restaurant industry. Don't need none of the other stuff. So after 6 months of working with someone, one of your members of staff is going to pick up, or you are, what is actually going on. So what we do is, because people don't stay with you forever. I mean, our retainer, our customer retention normally is around nine. Of someone that's green, I call it, is around 9 to 10 months, which I think is pretty good. And then we go into a consulting mode where we teach the member of staff, and then they can manage their own account, and then they call on us if not. But you would outsource it because you know how important it is, wouldn't you? Or
Yeah,
you'd
yeah.
go and
So
train someone.
we the complete separate business again. We're outsourcing our PPC on our hotel rooms because I have no idea what to do with it. I learned as much as I physically could, and I just wasn't getting any ROI. I've put it out to this company, and they're getting me 10 times ROI back on my spend. And on rooms where we were getting 65, 70% occupancy, we're now at 90%. So it's pure. Anyone that knows anything about B&Bs and rooms, you're talking
Yeah.
about 80 quid coming in for a room. It's costing me about 12 quid in linen and housekeeping. It's pence. It's such a good margin. So I've got the juice. I would never ever recommend PPC for restaurants because I think you spend too much to get it back. But the
Yeah.
PPC, when you've got that kind of 65 quid a margin to play, if I'm paying 6, 7 quid for a guaranteed booking, it's six, seven
Something
times.
I've got for you that's gold at the minute. So YouTube, like, people are not advertising local. So YouTube, so we're pretty hot with YouTube advertising. It's something that I've gone into because there's loads of people that don't do it. They got YouTube channels, but they don't know how to run the advertising properly. Now, locally, geographically, so for bricks and mortar businesses, I promise you, when it's done properly, YouTube is as cheap in advertising as what Facebook was 7, 8 years ago.
Well,
It
maybe
is,
that's a conversation, Bill, because I'm not doing anything on YouTube. We had a conversation yesterday that we're going to start putting some of our stuff on YouTube Shorts, and I think
yeah.
we had a quick chat about some of my plans to kind of do things. But maybe we have a conversation after this, and you can use
Yeah, that
my.
wasn't a pitch for you. It's just
No,
something. Well,
I'm
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you what I'll do.
with
Right,
you
I've
as
got.
well. That you've come to me. I know nothing about YouTube. Am I going to go and spend loads of time working out to do YouTube? No, I'm not. I value my time, and I know what I would pay for a consultant if they were to come in and do certain things, and I
Yeah,
know what I can do myself. But if there's something that like I've done nothing on YouTube, not a penny, and I don't know anything about it. So for me, like
I'll
that,
show you off when we get off. Well, when I get off there, I'll give you. I've got a great. I've got something that are interested, not from like that you can read about, and so you can get an understanding of it real easily. Daniel Rose, his name is. I'll give you someone to follow because it's there's
you
a
don't
lot
need to
with
convince
it.
me it can work. It's I just don't understand the fundamentals. I mean, I don't want people to sit here and think that I kind of learned everything overnight. This has been a trial and error. Like we've been using Facebook for our business. We were one of the first people to have a business page on our restaurant. However many years ago that was, we were one of the first people to understand Instagram. I've just understood that being there, like trying to do things early, even if it's not right, is better than not doing it at all. I think
100%.
that's the trial and error. Like
Some of some of my videos are terrible.
that's it. I think it was I don't know if you know him, a guy called James Sinclair that I know. He's now got the most polished YouTube videos you've ever seen, but his first ones are awful. And he actually stood on stage
Rogans,
and said, if I hadn't posted
Rogans,
the first one, my polished video wouldn't have ever got there. And you've just got to
yeah.
think of that. You don't start with a Fox Studio broadcast setup. You start with your iPhone, and then gradually, if you do get better and it becomes more popular, then you invest not only in the equipment but in your time in learning how to do it. But I think just start. Like our first few TikToks were awful. They didn't do anything. They got about 50 views. But as soon as we realized that it was all about getting that short, sharp, quick, speedy kind of rewatch, I mean that was one of the things that dropped to me was you want to get someone to watch the video 4 times. Once they've watched it 4 times, they're hooked and the algorithm loves it. But think, is someone going to pick it everything in the first watch? Because if they are, they won't watch it again. They need to go,
Yeah.
oh, that was cool. I've got to watch it again
So
4 times. And that's now what I train the team. Do they have to watch it 4 times? Because if they do, that's going to make a good video. Or obviously, if it's not watch it because they've missed something, it's that funny they want to watch it and they're sitting there
I was
giggling.
just going to say, yeah, literally. So another thing that Jonathan's done really well, and just quickly, we're not going to have time to do it today, but I was basically, I was going to, Jonathan's been running, I've just digressed quickly, but Jonathan's been running a competition, and I've got a special way to help him develop a competition a certain way so you can pick the contacts up without getting spammed by people trying to imitate what you're doing. What I'll do, I will record that in a separate video and I'll send it to you, Jonathan. And
Yeah,
also, I'll put the link in the description here at some point and people can just go and see it. So I just
amazing.
wanted to touch
Just
on
want
that.
to
But
give
what,
30 seconds on what I've been doing and what my problems have been. So you know kind of what
yeah,
problems.
yeah, just explain and then we'll go. Let me just go
So
back up.
I've always been a fan of doing the like and share competitions for getting 2 or 3 different purposes from them. So we don't just put it out there and expect it just to be the like on that page. We do a few things. So we put it out. We always give a good juicy prize. So our latest one was £100 voucher to spend whenever you want. Like the post, tag someone and share it. And then once they do that, I think our latest went over 1,000. So I went on, invited everybody on Facebook, dropped everyone a little message saying thanks for entering, dropped everyone a little like sort of like so interacts, and then I reutilize the post for posting adverts and stuff that we've got because it pings up everyone that's commented and liked that. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Aubrey Stanford's done it, and it'll ping up. It actually gives them the head notification. So I do all of that. But one of the things that I've been struggling, and I spoke to Billy about, is the minute our post goes above about 100 likes, about 5 different accounts turn up and pretend to be me and start trying to get all my customers' credit card details. Now,
yeah,
obviously, my weak point on that, as well as it annoys people, and they're, oh, I'm not going to end that again because I got a bloody spam bot in my inbox. And the second point is we're not collecting any emails. Now, we haven't spoke about it much today, but I do email marketing. We've got about 8,000 on the Orbis Stanford database. So a very good number. We collect it at multiple points. And adding to that from Facebook is something I've struggled with. Now, Billy's hopefully what he's going to explain. I only know the sort of the surface of it. It sounds like it's going to solve the lack of to get rid of the spamming that we're receiving, and also give me a way of running this competition, getting the same sort of interaction, but then also collecting the email address on the back end, which
yeah.
is invaluable in my opinion. The email address is the golden snitch when it comes to marketing data.
Yeah, and you can get the number as well. What I'll do is I'll
Oh,
explain
wow.
it in its nuts and bolts now, and I won't show it on the screen. I'll record a video and I'll show because it probably going to take to build it out from scratch. It'd take about an hour, I think, something like that. So basically, the most important thing is the offer. Now, Jonathan's good at creating the offers. You need something. I tell you, the best offer to create is one when you're typing it out and it's making your stomach go, oh, it's a bit too good, because you know that is going to deliver. All right. And what I mean by that is you're going to get so many people that want to enter it, and you're going to get more details from the person. So I'll give you an example. Again, I'm just going to talk about something that pops in my head off the cuff. So let's just say you've got an outdoor area, the spring's coming up, the Easter, I know Easter's a bit early, but let's just say, for instance, it's hot, it's in the May bank holiday, right? Or it's when the weather warms up. So you could offer something like you and 20 of your mates, right, can have the whole of the front area of the patio area, and you can have £500 worth of food and drinks, right? Or no, this £1,000 because we know. Let's be honest. £1,000 £1,000 in costs and stuff isn't £1,000. So if you're
Yeah,
a
yeah.
restaurant here, you
20,
know that,
300 quid
right?
cost of the restaurant earlier, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
if someone sees that, they're going to be like, "Whoa, that's bloody well good for us and our friends." You can come anytime in the week. Obviously, it's not at peak times. It's from Monday to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. In the terms and conditions, obviously, you would have it, but they can't do that. Again, that's stipulating to what the restaurant when their busy times are. Of course, I'm just saying this off the top of my head. So then, what you would do, you'd go and use a IU. You could either do a video, which would work much better, but lots of people don't want to do videos still. So I just get Canva. Canva can make you look like a pro in Photoshop. I can do graphic design, but I can't sit there too long trying to create ads that don't work. You need to be able to test multiple creatives, multiple images. Canva will let you do that very, very fast. Then you would write your advert out. Now, the key element to this is not having them comment and tag their friends, all right? Now, this is going to sound Irish to everybody. I can say that because I am half Irish. The goal is not the one person that's going to win the prize. The goal is how many people's contacts do we get, and how do we get all those contacts engaging, buying, and visiting our premises? So, for instance, we ran a particular competition and we wrote the competition in the text. We created in Mailchimp, the sign up form. Like, so it puts your name, your email in Mailchimp. It's so easy to create that, and it gives you a URL. Yeah. So then I went to Bitly. We've done the sign up form, and it's got an image in there that just says it's what the competition is, so they know when they click the link that I'm just about to tell you about. They know that it's not spammy, and they know it's actually connected to the competition and your business. So it collects their name, their email, and their phone number. Now that's down there in MailChimp, and there's a special URL for it. There's a website called Bitly. You go there, you shorten the URL, and if you get the paid version of it, you can put your own URL in it. I'll be honest, I just use the free version, and it gives you a smaller Bitly link. Now, what you do is you write your text out, put your image in on your competition, do your targeting like you would in your ads manager or wherever it is you do it. But the key trick to this is you tell them they've got to like the post. Now, the reason we do that, Jonathan knows this. Anybody that likes the post, you can re-invite them to actually follow or like your page. Trying to get likes and follows for your page with just a paid ad for that costs an absolute fortune. This is a really quick and cheap way to actually grow your following at the same time. But they have to also, in the explanation, only give them two things to do. Don't give them more than two because us humans, we get confused, right? See, they have to like the post, click the link to enter, and that's how I write it. They click the link, then the sign up form from MailChimp comes up with another image and the description. They put their name, their email, and their phone number in. Now they've gone into their list. They get the email sent to them saying, "Thanks, you've recently entered our competition. We're going to announce the winner in 4 weeks or 2 weeks or however long it is." Now, what happens? This is where the source is for this. Let's say, for instance, we get 1,000 people that enter this competition, or let's say two. We actually had 2,500 on our last one for a restaurant. So let's just say 1,000 for mathematics' sake, right? It's not the competition winner that's important, although they're important. That's not what we're focusing on. So we announce the winner, and we let the people know that have entered that we only announce the winner via email. So now our open rate is going to be near on 100% for this campaign for a start. What you do is with your marketing team or your staff, you go, right, what offer can we still profit off that's unbelievable for when people open the email that they'll buy, sign up, or visit to this other offer. So already you're going to get 80% of the people buying something else, but they haven't won that. And what we do is when they open the email and we open the winner, the headline is winner for such and such competition. When they open it, I always say, well done to such and such, whoever the name is. But you're all winners. Thanks for entering our competition. As a thank you, we're offering you for 48 hours or just for 1 week only, whatever it is you come up with. So we gave a 2 for 1 or a 4 for 2 offer on dinner. Well, you imagine all those people, they're going to take that. You just said someone in your restaurant just drove 45 minutes to get a 15 pound. I can't remember what you said now.
I've not got that one yet. That was before, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No, no.
yeah. So, and then you literally, it's like Jesus. What you've done, you've already found what makes people tick and drive to you. So
Yeah,
imagine collecting all those details and then releasing that. All of a sudden, bosh, you've
it's
got a
genius.
new 1,000 people on your list, and now you've just engaged with them with an offer that they've all taken up. And one of the reasons that what we did, what we do as an agency, we handle the whole process. So we get the list. Dominique in the office, she will ring and book in and follow up every single person that gets generated into the sheets list and book them in for the restaurant because we found you won't need something like this because you're hot on it. But what happens is the fortune's in the follow up. We all know that. And what happens, you've done all the hard work. It's now following them up and getting them booked in. We was filling up their calendar. They were telling us to stop. And that's how I would run that competition. It's what
Yeah,
you could try. You could absolutely dominate your area with that and build your list month on month.
yeah. I mean, just simple things. I think we spoke about it the other day when we caught up that we have a pop up. The first thing that you have when you go to the website, it doesn't
Yeah,
say join our mailing list or subscribe. It says enter your email below to get exclusive deals from us or something along that. I can't remember the
yeah.
exact.
On that as well. So, and I'm going to get your answer because I know how I relay what you just said. So, what, in your opinion, when you see a pop up that says sign up to our newsletter, blah blah blah, basically people don't do it because they just think, what do they think?
To think that you're going to send them out a load of crap every week and there's nothing with
Spam.
value.
Perfect.
You've got to offer the value. Like I can't remember the exact wording, but it's written to that you will get exclusive access and deals. So then what we do, which is really clever, is we'll fully book an event out and we know there's another date coming up, but I don't release it to my social media following first. I release to the
Yeah,
social media following there's a date coming up, and I tell them if they want to be on my exclusive list that they've got to go and join. I call it Club Orbis. Go and join Club Orbis on my website. I can tell you the data. After that post, we get between 100 and 200 signups every time I do an event post that we're trying to do.
I love it.
So
Scarcity. They
I'm
feel like
funneling
they're missing
that list.
FOMO in it. They call it FOMO,
Yeah,
fear of
yeah,
missing out.
100%, 100%. And then, like, obviously, I know I'm talking from a position that our restaurant is award winning and we are fully booked every weekend already. But
No, but
I'm
there's a reason for that.
surviving today as much as I would when we were empty. And I think people,
100%.
someone said to me, not recently, but about a year ago, we were fully booked, and I put a post out saying fully booked again this weekend. Good luck to the team or something. And he messaged me again, if you're fully booked, why do you advertise so much? What? Like that's the lack of understanding out there. And I was like, do you not get it? Like, I'm not going to continue being fully booked unless I advertise in this aggressive and way. And we I
Do
think
you
we've
really
got
think Nike? Do you really think Nike need to sell any more trainers?
McDonald's need to advertise. Like,
That's what I mean. Like, but they all still do it because
yeah,
that's
yeah,
why the golden arches.
yeah,
That's why the golden arches is in your head,
yeah. No,
mate. It's
100%.
it's it's been gold. This, to be fair, and
I, I,
anyone that's
I am definitely going to jump on a call with you about this YouTube though, because I'm seeing it more and more. I mean, I keep jumping back to what was said at ENC, but there was such bloody drop moments at this ENC, right? They were talking about, and this is a little diversion away from marketing, but they were talking about Web3. So I'm not going to go in
yeah
and describe what Web3 is, but it's the future, crypto, all of that's going to end up coming. And this guy came on stage, said, the reason you need to know about this is because our 13-year-olds now are being brought up in a world, and he referenced Fortnite, and YouTube. He said they're being brought in a world that that's reality. In 5 years' time, those 13-year-olds are going to be my customers at 18 years of age, and they're going to think paying in digital
100%.
currency is normal. They're going to think YouTube is the only TV. So you shouldn't be talking about advertising anywhere
Mate,
but YouTube because that's their
remember,
TV. They don't watch
mate,
BBC One.
when I was 16, I had a Nokia 3310, and if some with Snake on it, now I'm showing my age. If someone said to me, I could run my whole business, which I do sometimes when I'm not here, off of this device,
Yeah.
have all my music on it, watch YouTube constantly, handle ads manager, handle. I would have laughed. I mean, I showed my little girl a tape the other day when we used to listen to drum and bass, and it used to hear it when it was going to chew it up. You get the pencil out. She was like, "What's that?" I was like, "That's what we used to listen to music on Sky."
Yeah.
So, mate, you're 100%. Listen, mate, it's been so much value, and just give. I'll make sure that a load of your handles and that come across the screen. I'll do that afterwards when they watch it. What just shout out all your social media platforms and your website and stuff like that, and I'll make sure you can send it to me. I've got it actually on your
Yeah.
email, and I'll
Yeah.
make sure that it's
We've
all
got
on the
a
screen.
we've got a main website which is www.tastetheworld.uk. So everything you'll find on there, and then all our socials and everything are all really easy to be accessible off there. But yeah, you've got at
Perfect.
August Stamford across all channels, at Angler Oakham, at Lecky Hoof, and at Billsbar Oakham across all channels. But yeah, it's been a pleasure, mate. To be fair, but I'm excited for YouTube. To be fair, I think it's yeah, with marketing being an owner, you kind of you get stuck in a little rut, and it's nice to hear people go like this a different angle, so you don't just end up being monotonous because
Oh,
otherwise,
it's refreshing, mate. So I've learned this honestly, mate. It's refreshing to speak to people. And this is one of the reasons why I did this show, because this is a way where I can get to talk purely for me. I mean, I've had quite a few people now reach out that want to come on, and they're all successful in their own right. And they've all got businesses like yourself that need to do different things. And I'm learning. I learn all the time. I never stop learning. I mean, I've been in this game a long time myself, but like just speaking to you today, and I know it seems like cliche. Everybody they think, oh, they're just saying that because they're on a podcast. It might be because I've had a turbo tea, but no, it's refreshing to talk to other people in the industry that actually do understand it. But more importantly, the value that you've delivered today, you've given up an hour of your time, which I appreciate. The people that are a bit worried about marketing, social media, and all that stuff, when it's done properly and it's understood, and if you don't understand it yourself, get someone else to do it. It gives you the returns like what I get, what you get, and lots of my customers get. And yeah, no, it's good, mate. I've
I
enjoyed
don't know
this
anybody
conversation.
in the restaurant industry that's doing social media right that doesn't want to carry on doing it. The
Hundred
people that
percent.
I hear have got negative things to say about social media aren't doing it. They might be on it, but they're not doing it, and there's a real
Yeah,
big difference there. So if you're posting once a week, you're not marketing. You're on Facebook, you've got a presence, but you're not really doing it. So of course it's not going to work. And like the amount of people that I hear going, "Oh, ads don't work," but then you look at what they've actually done, and it's just a boosted post. I mean, I'm
mate,
not.
I got.
If
I love it when people.
you
I
don't
love it
understand
when
what
people
you're
say
doing,
that to me, and then I go and tell them what in. Well, mine. Well, I work with a lot of beauty clinics, and the amount of I mean, I won't touch on it too much, but over the last 18 months or 2 years, once I really delve into that, I mean, the sales we were generating just off
yeah,
of
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just
Yeah, if
ridiculous.
you do it
And
right and you're on the right platform, like not every platform is for every business. Like
yeah,
I've determined where my value in spending ad spend is. It's not currently on TikTok. Although you
yeah,
said maybe we could speak later because just the locality doesn't work. But I'm still going to be on TikTok. I've worked out that spending money on PPC for the restaurant doesn't bring value. But I mean, the story I told you earlier about that Fred Flintstone burger, that was last week. Like that is happening right this second.
yeah. It's current. That's what I like.
If
What
you
would
can
you
find another form of advertising that can get you a customer in your restaurant with a guaranteed spend per head of
that
25
day?
for 12, well, 24p, then come and
Yeah,
find me. But you can't. There is no other
no.
advertising on this planet that can get you a customer in your restaurant spending that level of money for 24p. Like that just it doesn't exist.
So just on that note, so what we're going to do is I want your free top tips or free things for other restaurant owners or even people in business that you found that you do, or if someone isn't doing it, that you think they should do currently at the moment?
So as of right this second, if you're not on TikTok or you are on TikTok but not posting every day, go and get that changed straight away. If you're not then repurposing that content and getting it out on your other socials, do that as well. So that's tip one. Tip number two is take Billy's advice on that like and share comment uh, competition,
Competition.
change it up to how he's done it. Don't do it how I was doing it because I thought I was doing well, and now speaking to Billy, I am literally going to be putting one out this weekend in that format once I've seen the full video, just to make sure we're doing it right. I mean, getting that level of engagement and then into a list at the same time is just that is pure gold. So I'll be
Yeah, I mean,
definitely
just if you set it up how you think it is, send it and I'll look at it and
yeah.
I'll go over it for you, make sure it's
I
all
mean,
set
that
up
that
how I would
that
do
is
it.
just pure genius. I mean, we've had great response on our competitions. It's probably one of my best marketing strategies. But I mean, what Billy's just done is turn a Fiesta into a Ferrari. So I'm buzzing to go and get that one doing. And the third one is definitely make sure that your website is super simple. Don't worry about your website having 9,000
I'm
page
glad you said that.
diagrams on it. Like my website, if you go on it now, it literally tells you you got the menu, you can book a table, you can pretty order a takeaway. That's all I want my website to do because I funnel so much off my social medias that by the time they've arrived at the website, I don't want
They've
them being
already
delayed and
yeah.
reading my backstory about how many knives I've had sharpened in my restaurant and some of the stuff I've seen on restaurants. Just make the book now really easy. Like if I'm on your
Yeah.
website, I book a table, show it to me. Where is that book?
They want the phone number, booking button, and they wanna know where your location is.
That is it.
Bang.
And everything else is kind of up to date around that. You Google business and your everything goes to the right page. If you're going to do all this work on social media, when people have actually gone out of their way to go and find more about you, let's actually show them what they need to do when they get there. And I don't spend any money on my website. I don't know if that's agreeable or disagree with you. It's just all powered through Wix. It costs me 150 quid a year, and I can edit it
Hey,
whenever I want. It's
I'm
not
a
perfect. It
listen,
doesn't need
hey,
to be.
I'm a marketing listen, I'm a marketing guy. My website is built on Google, right? I pay for it through GoDaddy. It's so simple, it's a funnel.
Yeah,
They
that's
land on
it.
it, they give me their details. It's
Yeah,
got my phone number on it, my services, end of. Everything else I get travels through. It's
yeah,
basically there for the corporate companies.
yeah, hundred
Because
percent.
when you go into they go, have you got a website? It's a funny story just before we go. But I only actually got my website live, I think, about 4 years ago because I was going into meetings and my pitch was your website's too confusing. I've built 100 grand a year business from not having a website using social media. Do you want me to show you how to do it and make yours more bomb proof? Bang. That's it. And they look at you and you go, what? You ain't got a website? And go, do you want a website that annoys people or do you want profit?
Yeah, and
And
that's it.
that's it.
I've never had. We've taken probably 50,000 bookings through that website in its current form. We're doing 700 bookings a week currently, so it's been
Right.
like
It doesn't
that.
need, yeah. What, yeah. It does what it does the job, John, doesn't it?
It's just super simple. It's got a video on the front. Click here. That's it. Not one customer has messaged or said your website's a bit boring. But
You
how many
touched on something there. So where's your video?
on the homepage? What
Whereabouts?
are you on Orbis Stanford?
I can't get it up with this screen because it'll block me off on here. So yeah, so your video is basically when someone lands on it, your
Oh,
website, the
you
videos,
asked where it was. Yeah, it's on the homepage. Yeah.
yeah, the video is accessible straight away, isn't it?
Yeah. Auto plays in the background with the buttons to book now, all and like over the
There
top
you
of it.
go, exactly that, and that's what I try to explain to everybody
And then
because
the book now is my big call to action. I lock that into the header.
yeah,
So on the mobile version, whatever page you're on, the book now is always there. So
I
that's
know I've seen it. I just wanted you to explain it in case
oh
they
sorry,
thought I
I
was
wasn't
just
sure if
making
you
it
brought it up.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I knew. I said
three
that's
double
why when
tick
you
there,
said
right?
yeah,
Then
no,
but
it's
yeah,
all good.
I don't, other than updating like relevant details. So we'll go through maybe, okay, like in October, my Christmas will go onto the homepage, Valentine's Day goes on in January. That's the only changes we do and update the menus. We have no conversations at a high level about what my website does or doesn't look like. But I've
And
had,
you keep an eye on the Google analytics and stuff because a little bit of tracking here and there just to see what's obviously
well,
nothing major.
we do all of that through obviously
Wix,
pixels. So I see, yeah,
Wix,
that's what
yeah,
I look at is looking at my
yeah,
pixel
same
stuff.
thing.
I'm going to put an ad out there, I want to know what's actually happened with it, and that's that's
Yeah.
obviously probably higher level than most people will get to. I learned how to do that because I was sick of paying money and not really knowing what happened. The click through rate was fine, but what was actually getting out of it? And when you don't have a
Yeah.
physical product, it's difficult to kind of work that out. When you're selling
Yeah.
something,
And
like in the restaurant,
100%.
it's a
And you
bit murky.
get
You
what
can't
you get is in my industry or your industry as well, because you're a market. I class you as a marketing guy. Even market. What did you say you are? His title, your title. It made me laugh.
a
What did you
marketeer
say?
that sells food and drink.
He's a marketeer that sells food and drink. I love it. Um, Mate, it has been a pleasure. I'm going to sign off because I've kept
Yeah,
it for
no,
just
absolutely.
over an hour now. It's been absolutely gold, mate.
Yeah, brilliant.
Um, Listen, guys, if you can give him a virtual clap if you're watching, because the stuff that Jonathan spoke about is absolute gold. And if you've got a restaurant, especially, keep rewatching this because it's brilliant. And I just want to thank you for coming on. And be sure, everyone, to tune in next Sunday for Real Deal Live with Real Deal Bill. And we will get another guest on. Remember to follow all of Jonathan's socials. Go and check his stuff out, especially his TikTok, 500,000 on that video that he was talking about. And it's been an absolute pleasure. See you soon.
Cheers, Bill.